As promised, we've got hoops for you, so we head to CSS for basketball border battle tonight. The Saints of CSS hosted the Yellow Jackets of UWS. Last year, it was the Yellow Jackets who came out on top, and they were rolling again tonight. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half, UWS with a 6-point lead, shot clock winding down, but Coit Nelson cashes out on the catch-and-shoot three to cut the deficit in half. But the Jackets are not ready to give up their lead. Very next Saints possession, Joey Baker gets a hand on the ball for a Saints turnover. Juwan Walker takes it inside, passes out to Barker, who then brings it down with two hands. Poetry in motion as the Jackets build the lead. Under a minute left in the first half, TJ Moberg passes out to Reed Johnson in the corner. Johnson quiets the Saints crowd as he drains the three. UWS takes a 37-30 lead into halftime and keep their foot on the gas to win the border battle 70-62, improving to 4-0 on the season. Now to